topic. In the first perception, this topic appear a very difficult topic, but if you will be familiar with its vocabularies and terminologies, its questions directly comes to our exam, so that it is easy topic. So the topic is research design. So in the research design, we will discuss detail of the design, how many types of design, what are the components of design. So we are going to deal the research design topic. So here is research design. So somebody will ask you, what is research design? Research design is research design is basically a blueprint of what we are going to conduct in research. So what we are going to conduct in research. So this is basically a research design. In the others terms, like if we will go to the according to Carlinger, there is a great legend, Carlinger. Carlinger also defines, even Carlinger and Tarney, right? That Carlinger and Tarney has defined also what is research design. Research design means how to encounter a research problem. Research design means how to encounter any research problem. So that is research design. Or Tyrney also added one word, how to tackle any research problem. So basically, research design is a process, or you can say it is a procedure. Research design is a procedure. It is a procedure of what we are, what is going to study, or what is going to conduct. What is going to conduct, right? So research design is basically what we are going to conduct in future. So this is our research design, right? Before going ahead, just take a very simple example. जैसे आप अपने जीवन में घर बनाते हैं या कभी किसी का घर बनाते हुए देखा होगा, तो वो घर बनाने से पहले एक आर्किटेक्ट को बुलाता है, और आर्किटेक्ट को बुला करके वो सारे डिजाइन, कितना उसके पास रिसोर्सेस है और कितने रिसोर्सेस में वो कहाँ उसका बेडरूम होगा, कहाँ ड्राइंग रूम होगा, कहाँ पर वो किचन होगा, कहाँ पर बालकनी होगा, ऑल डिटेल प्रोसेस वो बिफोर द मेकिंग हाउस, वो सब कुछ एक मैप पर, एक मेंटली और एक साइकोलॉजिकली ब्लूप्रिंट रेडी कर लेता है. सो उस ब्लूप्रिंट के सहारे ही वो आगे पूरे के पूरे आगे चल करके बिल्डिंग को खड़ा कर देता है. तो उसे एक आइडिया लग जाता है कि हमारे लिए ये जो बिल्डिंग होगी वो कितना एफिशिएंट होगी, कितना इकोनॉमिकल होगी, और इसकी रिलायबिलिटी कितनी होगी, वैलिडिटी कितनी होगी. ऑल दीज थिंग्स कैन अंडरस्टैंड जस्ट बाय द research, by the only just making the building design. Similarly, if we are going to conduct any research, so you must prepare first its design. So if you will prepare any design, so automatically you will get certain answers. You will definitely get certain solutions of your problems, and you will definitely decide what to do and what not to do. So that research design is important. So research design is a basically a procedure which we conduct before to doing any research. So initially here is written detailed procedures. As I mentioned, one word, detailed procedure. Procedure of what? Procedure of how to conduct research, right? Of what are source of sample या sources of sample, sample के source क्या होंगे, and how to collect data, how to collect data, and how to observe, how to observe, etc. All these things are basically decided by the researcher before to conducting any research, and it is basically a control mechanisms. It is basically controls mechanism. Why it is the control mechanism? Mechanism is here. Why it is control mechanism? Because by the research design you can easily evaluate what is important, and how we can eliminate any type of extraneous effects, and what means initially control mechanism, because we can do critical thinking. Critical thinking can be done. So critical thinking is possible at there, so that research design is important. And it also actually describe its reliability. What will be the reliability, what will be the validity, right? It also describes describes what will be reliability and validity, and validity. All these things we get before to conduct any research. All these we can assume before to conducting any research. So research design is basically a blueprint, and it is a futuristic activity. It is a detailed procedures, how to collect sample, how to analyze data, and how to encounter research problems, how to observe. All these things evaluate for the betterment of our research. So this is basically research design. So by the using of these terms, you can well define what is the meaning of research design. Instead of that, you can also explain, or you can also write one terms, what is the importance of research design. By the using these terms, इसी में से लिख सकते हैं इस रिसर्च डिजाइन का इंपॉर्टेंस क्या हो सकता है. पहला इंपॉर्टेंस ये हो सकता है कि ये एक कंट्रोल मैकेनिज्म्स है. ये हमारे किसी गोल का डायरेक्शंस बता सकता है. ये हमारे लायबिलिटी वैलिडिटी को डिस्क्राइब कर सकता है. ये हमारे रिसर्च का बेसिकली फंक्शनल मैकेनिज्म्स सेट कर सकता है. सो ऑल दैट, these are the importance of the research design. So research design, I hope you are clear with the meaning. Right now, the second very important part of this topic is components of research design. So second heading is components of research design. So what are the components of research design? Initially, just you should think by your common understanding. Even though psychology is not a common sense, but you should start to think by your common understanding. What is your common understanding? If you are just imagine going to conduct research on cancer, yeah, stress of the cancer patient, just going to study the stress of cancer. In that situation, what you need to do? First of all, first of all, you need to take what? You need to take a sample. So first part of any research design is sample design. So sample design is a first component of any research. What is the meaning of uh, sample design? Simple design means the method of selecting item to be observed. So what is this? It means, you can write it here. It means the methods, the method by which we are collecting samples. We are collecting samples. So method by which we are collecting samples. So initially, if you are going to conduct any research design and you are using their samples, so sample design may be broadly two. Simple designs may be broadly two. One is based on the probability. Probability is there. Maybe second is maybe use non-probability. Second is non-probability. So probability and non-probability, these are the two main sampling designs may be used by any researcher. So what is the probability? Probability means where population of the sample is known, yeah, where the population of the patient, where the population of our research problem is almost known, then in that situation we use probability. Example, if we are going to conduct research on the stress of cancer, we know the number of cancer patients, how much are there, even that data may be collected by the any agency. So by that, in that situation, this research design will be probability research design, right? Probability sampling research design. Even in the probability, there are the four others sampling techniques are there. First is random, second is stratified, third is cluster, and fourth is systematic sampling are there. So sampling design means how to, yeah, the method of items to collect or how to collect samples, right? Then after this, we will move to the second design. Second design is what? Right? Second design is what? Second design is also called observational design. So means what sample we have collected, that samples will be observed in which conditions and or which type of observations we will do, what sample have been collected by us. So that is basically called observational design. सपोज मैंने कैंसर पेशेंट को लिया और कैंसर पेशेंट को ही उनके रियल घर में या रियल सिचुएशंस में ही जाके ऑब्जर्व किया, मे बी हॉस्पिटल में भी घर कहीं भी. सो दैट इज नेचुरलिस्टिक ऑब्जर्वेशनल डिजाइन एंड मे बी पार्टिसिपेटरी हो सकता है, मे बी नॉन पार्टिसिपेटरी हो सकता है, मे बी फॉर्मल हो सकता है. सो वी मे हैव डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ observational designs also. Like one of the design, first imagine we observe the patient, then interventions, then again observations. Second observations may be like first observations, then interventions, then again observations, then again interventions, then again observations is there. Sometime we need to twice observations, then interventions, then twice observations is also required at there. Sometime in any case, first of all we need to interventions, then observations, then again there is requirement of interventions. X means here is interventions. Getting? So O for observations. Observation, interventions, observation and intervening. These two things are important. Getting? So observational designs are maybe different types, right? So different types are the observational design. After doing the observations, what we need to do that next at the next step, that is the statistical designs. What is the meaning of statistical design? The design which by design by which yeah, how much items should be observed and how data can be collected from that that simple. मीन्स सपोज हमने कैंसर पेशेंट को लिया और कैंसर पेशेंट में प्रोबेबिलिटी या नॉन प्रोबेबिलिटी ले सकते हैं. आफ्टर दैट देयर इज द ऑब्जर्वेशंस वी विल डू. आफ्टर डूइंग ऑब्जर्वेशंस हो सकता है कि उसको नेचुरलिस्टिक या किसी भी सर्कमटेंसेस में ऑब्जर्वेशंस करेंगे and then we will collect the statistics or means data. So that is basically statistical design. Statistical design means how much items are observed and data are collected. It means how much how much sample are collected and how much samples are collected and data were observed. So that this is a third step. It means statistical design is a third step. Even though there is the two basic nature of statistics, you may aware about it. One is inferential, other is descriptive, right? So if you are going to conduct any research related to human behavior, most appropriate design or most appropriate statistical tool for there will be inferential statistic, because inferential statistics is based on the hypothesis testing and estimation, and it is basically a qualitative measure. So we can say for the human behavior statistic for the human behavior, most appropriate design is that is inferential to understand human behavior in more systematic and suitable way. And after this, the fourth one design is there, that the fourth design is basically regarded as procedural designs, or you can say that operational design also, right? So the fourth one is basically operational design. What is here? Operational design is there. So we are going to deal about the operational design. Operational design means basically how to collect sample plus how to observe plus how to collect statistics. So it means operational design is just composition of sampling plus observation plus statistical design. So it means it is a technique carrying out the samples, carrying out our observations and statistical procedure. So this is our basically ऑपरेशनल डिजाइन. इमेजिन जस्ट कैंसर पेशेंट को हमें करना है तो विद इन कितने टाइम स्पैन में करना है, कब करना है और कैसे करना है, ये सारा सब कुछ हम एक तरह से डिसाइड कर लेते हैं. तो इनिशियली इन द रिसर्च डिजाइन देयर आर द 4 components. One is sample design, second is observational design, third is statistical design, fourth is operational design. So these are the 4 components are there. Simple design means the method by which we collect the samples. Observational design means that conducting the research under which observational conditions. And third is statistical design means how to collect the samples and observe them and collecting data from them. So this is a basically there. And then operational design means how above all these 3 process will going to conduct by you. So this is our basically component of research design. I think आपको क्लियर हो गया होगा. अब कोई भी एग्जाम्पल लेकर के अपने माइंड में फिट कर लो और उसको देख सकते हो. किसी भी रिसर्च को करने के लिए सबसे पहले सैंपल चाहिए. सैंपल को किस कंडीशन में ऑब्जर्व किया जाएगा वो पता होना चाहिए. अब जिस सैंपल को आप ऑब्जर्व करोगे उससे डेटा की फैचिंग करोगे और जो डेटा को फैच किया उस पूरे डेटा को कैसे एनालाइज करना है, इसी का एक प्रायर ही हम एक सिस्टम बना लेते हैं. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड बेसिकली component of research design. So after understanding of this, we need to understand next an interesting topic. Its name is basically research designs types. So you can say the types of research design. So how many types of research design are there? We need to understand. First of all, I want to tell you these types are technical by the names. As in the beginning of the class I mentioned it, its terminologies are not familiar like other topics terminology such as memory, thinking like others. इसकी terminology इतना आसान नहीं. So इसकी terminology से मैं familiar कराऊंगा. I'll write in front of you all the terminology and technical term first, and then I'll elaborate one by one all of them, all of these. So first is research design. Broadly we can divide, there are the 3 types. This division is similar as the division of research methods. Like in the research there are the 3 methods. One is experimental condition, that is experimental method, and second is quasi-experiment. Quasi-experiment is also called ex post facto, and third is non-experiment. Similarly, research design is also research design have also 3 types. First is experimental. First is experimental research design, and second is all about, that is ex post facto research design. It is also called quasi-experimental design, ex post facto, right? It is also called quasi-experimental design. And third is all about non-experimental design, non-experimental design. So we are going to handle first name of these topics. Experimental design, as you know कि वो डिजाइन जो हम एक्सपेरिमेंट कर सकते हैं. एक्सपेरिमेंट में क्या क्या जरूरी है, आई होप आपको आइडिया है. तो ठीक है, नहीं है तो एक बॉक्स में छोटा सा मैं आपको लिख देता हूं. In experiment, first of all, there will be variables, right? Variables like IV. IV means independent variables. DV means dependent variables. EV means extraneous variables. And in second part, there will be manipulations, right? In the experimental research, अगर कभी भी experimental research होगा, so वहां पर manipulations जरूर होगा. And try to establish cause and effect relationship in the experimental research design. And there will be again certain things try to control. So control करने की कुछ न कुछ experimental conditions में जरूर होती. तो ये बेसिक बात है. इट मीन्स एक्सपेरिमेंट करते समय देर विल बी मस्ट अ वेरिएबल्स, देर विल बी मस्ट मैनिपुलेशंस, try to establish the cause and effect relationship, and there will be control of the researcher. So in experimental research design, if we are going to handle the types of design, broadly we can divide them into two basic categories. First, formal, because some experiments conduct under formal conditions and some of them are under conditions of informal, right? So informal and formal, there are the basically two conditions under which experiment conducts, right? So formal means what? Formal, in the formal research design, there is basically four research design. First, as I mentioned, you must be familiar with the name, right? Random research design. Second is block research design, right? And third is Latin square, right? A Latin square is there. And fourth is all about, that is factorial research design. Factorial research design, right? Factorial research design. So factorial, random, Latin square, and block. These are the topic of which part? Formal experimental research design. And most important topic for our exam is, that is factorial. We will deal one by one all in detail, but first of all you need to aware its name, because sometime examiner can ask what is Latin square, where we use, yeah, what is block, so where we use, all these things maybe sometime create trauma for the student who have no idea, who have no background in the psychology. So it is important, you must aware about this. Then what about informal research designs? In the informal research designs, again there is a three, that is before and after, without control design, without control design. And second is before and after. There is only one changes, with control. In the first one without control, but in second with control. We'll deal all. Here is after, third one is after only control design. So if you are going to write experimental design in the exam, so you can just create one statement, that is research designs. Experimental research designs are broadly two categories. One is formal as well as informal. Researcher use both design as circumstances will allow. If researcher is going to conduct formal, so that they will use random, block, Latin square or factorials. But if they are going to conduct into informal setting, so they will use before and after without controls, or maybe before and after with controls, after only controls control design, right? So control design is there. So basically there are the total 7 research design in the experimental categories, right? I'll repeat that, 7. And go to the second part, that is ex post facto research design. So here we are going to deal that the second part is ex post facto. I'll write here one by one all, and these designs are mentioned in only some books, even though its sources are very much limited. So you must note down in your copy all these designs, and when I'll elaborate, when we will discuss in detail about the ex post facto design, you must try to write or try to understand all that which we will understand. So in the फर्स्ट सेंस, या पहले तो आप इसका नाम लिखो, ओनली यू नीड टू राइट द फर्स्ट नेम. एक्सपोज फैक्टर रिसर्च डिजाइन में ऑलमोस्ट 9 से 10 डिजाइन है, एंड एक्सपोज फैक्टर डिजाइन इज मोस्ट सुटेबल डिजाइन फॉर द साइकोलॉजी. वाई? रीजन बीइंग, psychology is a study about the human behaviors. Human behavior can be, I think, better understand by the ex post facto. Reason being, experiments will not allow society or any parents or any family to any individuals, right? Because if you are going to conduct any experiment on any individuals, you need to consent to them, you need to permit this. There is just several legal norms you must follow to them. सो एक्सपेरिमेंट में रिवर्स हो पाएगा नहीं हो पाएगा बहुत मुश्किल होता है. सो दैट साइकोलॉजिस्ट यूज मेनली कंपैरेटिव साइकोलॉजी. कंपैरेटिव साइकोलॉजी मीन्स कंपैरिजन ऑफ लिविंग बीइंग्स, स्पेशली एनिमल्स विद द ह्यूमंस. इसलिए बिहेवियरिस्ट साइकोलॉजिस्ट ने काऊ, डॉग का, रैट का, पिजन का, अदर इज फ्रॉग, मेनी मोर एनिमल्स वर स्टडीड बाय देम. रीजन बीइंग कि जो ह्यूमन के ऊपर अलाउड नहीं होता बहुत सारा तरह का एक्सपेरिमेंट करना. और एक्सपोज फैक्टो मीन्स आफ्टर एनी इवेंट, किसी घटना के हो जाने के बाद अगर हम उसके बिहेवियर की स्टडी करते हैं, सो वी कैन टेक फर्दर इनिशिएटिव टू कंट्रोल दैट प्रॉब्लम्स इन अपकमिंग सिचुएशंस. तो जो जैसे इमेजिन करो कि कोई एक्स नाम का पर्सन था, वो बहुत अच्छा रन करता था. और क्यों करता था ये उसके हम लास्ट में स्टडी कर सकते हैं, राइट? और बट हम उसके ऊपर एक्सपेरिमेंट नहीं कर सकते. जस्ट इमेजिन करो आपको लता मंगेशकर के अगर थिरॉट को एक्सपेरिमेंट करना हो तो कैसे होगा? इमेजिन करो खराब हो जाए, फिर कोई प्रॉब्लम्स हो जाए, तो आप कैसे कर पाएंगे? तो वो मुश्किल होता है. और उस कंडीशन में जो एक्स रिसर्चर होगा वो एक तो बहुत सारे लीगल्स नॉर्म्स को फॉलो नहीं कर पाता. इसीलिए रिसर्चर क्या यूज करते हैं? एक्सपोज फैक्टो. एक्सपोज फैक्टो, व्हाट इज दिस, या व्हाट इज एक्सपोज फैक्टो रिसर्च क्या होता है, वो आपको किसी भी मेरे एक्सपोज फैक्टो की क्लास में उठा के देखें. यहाँ हम लोग डिजाइन की बात करेंगे. तो एक्सपोज फैक्टर डिजाइंस वी आर गोइंग टू डील वन बाय वन. फर्स्ट इज नॉन इक्विवेलेंट, राइट? नॉन इक्विवेलेंट, नॉन इक्विवेलेंट ग्रुप पोस्ट टेस्ट ओनली डिजाइन. नॉन इक्विवेलेंट पोस्ट टेस्ट design only. It means non-equivalent means when the two groups are not equal. Example, if we are going to conduct any research in the classrooms, अब classroom में सारे बच्चे बच्चियां बैठे हैं, but the numbers of, just we are going to study gender basis, तो जेंडर के ऊपर अगर आप देखें, मेल के नंबर्स फीमेल्स के नंबर्स इक्वल्स तो है नहीं, और फिर उस कंडीशंस में आपको रिसर्च करना है when the both groups are not equal, so that we can use this design. And its very important and popular name is non-equivalent group, that is post test only design, right? So this is there. And second is non equivalent group control design. It means in this design we have controls on any specific group. Even in the ex post facto research you have studied, this research conduct after any event, after any events, getting? And in this research, researcher do not have right to manipulate. Researcher किसी चीज को manipulate नहीं कर सकता, स्पेशली आईवी को मैनिपुलेट नहीं कर सकता. रिसर्चर कैन नॉट मैनिपुलेट्स आईवी. एंड रिसर्चर हैव बेसिकली यू कैन से कि रिसर्चर का इसमें बहुत ज्यादा चलता नहीं, क्योंकि वो एक नेचुरल सेटिंग में हुआ है. एंड इट्स साइकोलॉजिकल वैलिडिटी इज वेरी गुड, एंड it have several other interesting things, like in the ex post facto there is effect and cause. earlier क्या था? cause and effect. यहाँ पर अपोजिट में हो जाता है, effect and cause design. This design is also called effect and cause design, right? ex post facto की effect and cause भी कहा जाए, क्योंकि पहले if हो चुका है, phenomena happen, we are trying to search its causes, so that effect and cause. So researcher have even no control in the experiments, but try to controls the phenomena. So how they will control it is a topic of again discussion and detailing, but here is not going to discuss that. Only we are writing the names of the designs. So the first two designs I hope you are aware. First is non-equivalent post-test only. Second, non-equivalent control design only. And next is here is separate pre-test post-test design. Post-test and pre-test design. Separate pre-test and post-test designs are also. It means researcher is going to take basically two groups. इमेजिन करो कि एक पिज्जा खाने ग्रुप गया और उसने पिज्जा का एक फीडबैक दिया, रिव्यूज दिया, और उसी फीडबैक का इस्तेमाल अगले ग्रुप के ऊपर अप्लाई किया जाएगा, कि जिससे कि वो और अच्छा बना सके अपने पिज्जा के जो भी टेस्ट या फ्लेवर्स या उसके कस्टमर सेटिस्फैक्शन के ऊपर जो स्टडी कर रहे होंगे. So there is two separate groups. One is pre-test and post-test group is there. I wish you may heard about this. अगर नहीं सुना तो आप सुन लो, क्योंकि ये टॉपिक ऐसा टॉपिक पहले इसके नाम ही लिखना बड़ा मुश्किल होता है, समझना ही मुश्किल होता, बाकी डिटेलिंग तो बात की बात है. Then next is double pre-test. Here is double pre-test design. Double pre-test design means if we are going to conduct any research, sometime we need a twice pre-test. Like observation, जैसे हमने देखा कि डबल ऑब्जर्वेशंस भी कई बार होता है कई सिचुएशंस में. ऐसे ही हमें किसी भी रिसर्च के अंदर एक्स पोस्ट फैक्टो में हमें डबल प्री टेस्ट करना पड़ सकता है. देन वी नीड टू, UPSC exam is best example. There is a double pre-test. First they take subjective idea about the society, country and the peoples. Second they take your your just a descriptive idea about the society, country, and the peoples. So after that, they ask to come to you interview. So this is the basically a design. Next, and that is the fifth one. Fifth one is switching replication design. Right? Here is switching replication design. We will go in detail. And after understanding of switching replication design, mixed factorial design. Here is mixed factorial design. Here is mixed factorial design. Mixed factorial design is there. After completing the mixed factorial designs, we will understand about the interrupted time series design. It means after certain times there will be stopping और रोक देंगे हम लोग टेस्ट को. सो दैट वन इज बेसिकली इंटरप्टेड टाइम. तो इसी के नीचे और भी हम लोग ऐड करेंगे. तो like at least we need to write 2-3 more, because I hope we have done earlier 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 3 more are left. So that next 3 designs are like multiple time series design. It means same sample is studied at the multiple times. So multiple time series design. So just familiar with the names. Remainings, as I mentioned, I will go in detail about it. But before to that, you need to familiar with the names. Another is a repeated treatment design. A repeated treatment design. Treatment design. And last is just जिसमें हम एक चीज को दूसरे के साथ, दूसरे को तीसरे के साथ, चौथे पांचवे के साथ में एक के साथ में आगे पीछे करके ऊपर नीचे करके हम लोग देख लेते. वी कॉल देम टू काउंटर बैलेंसिंग. काउंटर बैलेंसिंग डिजाइन. So counterbalancing is the last ex post facto design, and this is very important to understand, because this design helps to eliminate lot of biasness. जैसे हमारे घर में 4 तरह की सब्जियां बनी और 4 लोगों को टेस्ट करना है, तो चारों को ही हम लोग या तो एक एक को बोल दें कि भाई आप सारे जैसे एक को एक्स वेजिटेबल खिलाया, दूसरे को वाई, तीसरे को जेड, चौथे को ए. तो फिर ऐसे ही हम अब जिसको एक्स खिलाया था उसको वाई दे देंगे, वाई को जेड दे देंगे, जेड को कुछ. तो मीन्स अलग अलग लोगों को अलग अलग हम करके दे देंगे. इससे थोड़ा बैलेंसिंग हो जाएगा. एटलीस्ट ये नहीं कह पाएंगे हाँ मैंने उस चीज़ का फ्लेवर नहीं चखा हुआ था इसलिए मुझे इसके बारे में ज़्यादा आइडिया नहीं है. एंड इट इज़ यूज्ड मेनली इंडस्ट्रियल साइकोलॉजी में बहुत ज़्यादा होता है. जस्ट वी हैव अ फ्लेवर टेस्टिंग like here is Coca-Cola, Thumbs Up, Limca, other is a Pepsi. एंड यहाँ पर 4 लोगों को पिलाता हूँ, पहले X को, फिर Y को, राइट. देर इज Y मैन एंड देन हियर इज P एंड हियर इज Q मैन. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सपोज हमने इसको कोको दे दिया और दूसरे को हमने थम्स अप दे दिया, तीसरे को लिम्का दे दिया, चौथे को पेप्सी दे दिया हमने. अब वो चीज़ें अगली बार हम चेंज कर देंगे. और चेंज कैसे करेंगे, अब अगली सिचुएशंस में सेकंड ट्रायल में हम लोग जिसको थम्स अप दिया था उसको हम कुछ और दे देंगे, यानी एक्स को कुछ और, वाई को कुछ और. तो इससे सबको एक फ्लेवर आइडिया आ जाएगा. देन वी विल आस्क देयर फीडबैक्स अबाउट दैट. And then third interesting and important design is what? That is non-experimental design. Here is non-experimental design is there. So what is the non-experimental design? We are going to detail about this. Non-experimental designs are broadly, that means we cannot do experiment and we cannot do any type of controls. We can have no any type of identifications of IV and DV, etc. So in this first one is descriptive research. So descriptive design is the first design of the non-experimental design, and which second is comparative designs. Comparative design is a second, and third is correlational design. Correlational design is a basically non-experimental design. So you can point out one by one all. Like the first correlational design is bivariate. Bivariate design, and third is second is, that is predictions. Second is predictions. Prediction is all about the regressions, and then path analysis. Path analysis design, and after the path analysis, even regressions can be write separate also. Regressions design can be write also separate, and one design you can also use into the correlations, that is the saturated design also, like logistic and saturated designs, right? So saturated is saturated designs is there, right? You can say structure designs is there. So even in the number of less number of non-experimental designs are there, not too much are there, but क्योंकि इसकी जो जब भी आप डिजाइन बनाओगे तो बहुत टेक्निकल होगा नहीं और बहुत जल्दी खत्म होने का डर रहता है, इसलिए ये डिजाइन बहुत इफेक्टिव एंड एफिशिएंट नहीं माना जाता, राइट? सो after understanding of these designs, a name just in this class, अभी की क्लास में हमने क्या क्या समझा? रिसर्च डिजाइन के अलग अलग टाइप्स होते हैं. One is experimental, other is quasi experiment, it is also called ex post facto, and third is non experimental design. अब एक्सपेरिमेंटल डिजाइंस के अंदर कौन कौन से नेम आते हैं वो मैंने आपको शेयर कर दिया, और एक्स पोस्ट फैक्टो के अंदर कौन से आते हैं वो भी नाम मैंने बता दिया, और थर्ड जो नॉन एक्सपेरिमेंट के अंदर कौन से नेम आते हैं वो भी मैंने आपको शेयर कर दिया. अब जब इतने सारे डिजाइन्स आपने समझे तो इन सारे डिजाइन समझे नहीं, इनके नाम से